Getting set for the third week of racing here in the month of June at the Stafford Motor Speedway. Kyle, Rickey, Bonssa Tufa with you to preview what is going to be another busy week of competition this Friday night, coming off an exciting and quick night last week after a rough and tumble week 2 weeks ago. We'll start with the SK Modifieds and another new name that is going to Victory Lane in 2022.
You can kind of see it coming, though, because Corey DiMatteo and that 11 Hummel Bros hot dog team, they got it going on right now.
They do.
DiMatteo didn't race the full season last year, but he got his first SK win in 2020. He returns this season full time, and from the very beginning of the year, you could see he was a top 10 car. And then he became a top 5 car. He finished second, and then the next week, he gets the win, holding off his buddy Brian Narducci. I'm telling you, those two are going to put on a heck of a show this year because they are good buddies off the track, but they race hard on the track. You include Mike Christopher in there. He came back from a pit stop in this race, finished top 10. You saw Keith Rocco running up there top 10. Todd Owen came from deep in the field to finish top 5, along with Kopchik and Williams. You had your top guys making their way up front, but DiMatteo, he's the one that's pretty hot right now, second and then a first. The hottest driver beforehand was Brian Narducci, but a little bit of a setback for that 85 team.
He had a healthy point lead going into and coming out of last Friday night until that post-race disqualification. It has really brought the entire field together.
What is it, top 3 within like 10 points or something like that?
Top 3 within 10, top 5 within 34.
A lot can change in one feature. I mean, you think about it, with the full fields we've had, you can have as much of a 50-point swing from one night to another. So Brian will recover, though. That team, they're a great team. It's a great driver in Narducci. They can overcome this, no problem.
Kopchik, the point leader by 4 over Ronnie Williams. In the late models, it's been all Adam Gray for the entire month of June now. He's 3 for 3.
And it's not like he's starting up front and finishing up front. He's starting 10th, 11th, 12th, and working his way up through the field at a pretty rapid pace. This one, he admitted he got lucky with the late caution because Daryl Keene was up front and it looked like the 79 was going to pull away until that caution came out late in the race. And Adam Gray just capitalized on the restart, went from 3rd to 1st. You got to give credit to Daryl Keene. He really needed that good run. He's had an up and down season so far, but that second place was huge. One driver that didn't have that great of a run, Michael Ray. And with Adam Gray winning week after week and Gamba Corda still being pretty consistent, that picture in the points is tightening up just a little bit.
While all the focus has been on Adam Gray and toward the front of the field in the championship standings and Michael Ray, Tom Fern continues to have a rough and tumble 2022. Cut tire early in the race last week, didn't get the caution that he needed, and finished deep in the order.
Yeah, that's just bad luck for the 92 team. I mean, contact coming off of 4 with Paul LaRue and just cut the tire down. It happens. So that 92 has shown speed, just got to find the luck. We kind of saw it with Tom's second cousin, Alex Fern, early in the season. A lot of bad luck early on, knowing that she had speed. It's the same case with Tom Fern. He's got the speed, may need a little more, but also needs that luck. 2nd
to 5th in the standings for Tom coming into this Friday night. In the SK Light Modifieds, Alex Pearl certainly has found a way to turn his season around now with back-to-back wins.
It's kind of a trend this season where once you get your first win, the second one comes a lot easier. We've seen it with Gamba Corda, we saw it with Kopchik, we saw it with Gray, and now we're seeing it with Pearl. After such a bad start to the year, 3 top 10s in a row, actually 4 top 10s in a row, including back-to-back wins. They've really shot up in the point standings. I mean, they were back in the 20s with George Brissett after the Sizzler wreck. Now they're, a 5th, 6th in the points?
6th in points.
I mean, they have really overcome their bad luck, and it's amazing to see how much they have jumped in the standings in just a span of 3 or 4 races. I mentioned Bassett, much needed podium. That's their first clean run with the primary car since they repaired it from Sizzler weekend. That car still has the speed from 13th to 3rd, and a good run for Tyler Berry in 2nd spot. We don't want to overlook him. He's had a bit of an up and down year. He had that one good finish, 2nd place to Tyler Chapman by inches. Since then, not quite finding the speed, but did find it last Friday.
You mentioned Tyler Chapman. He's the current point leader because of his consistency. I believe all top 8 finishes in the opening 6 weeks.
Well, that consistency pays off. He has a couple wins to help with that. A lot of the other drivers had trouble, especially 2 weeks ago. We talked about that crazy race from a couple weeks ago. Pretty much every title contender had trouble except for Tyler Chapman, and that was huge. Over 40-point lead on Tyler Berry.
In the limited late models, it was Rich Hammond back in Victory Lane a year ago. We were talking about how it was only a matter of time before Rich was going to get that first win after trying for so many years. He's racking them off now pretty quick, 3 already this season.
he loves to talk about how his car is a long-run car. And they got a long run last week because not only did it go green to checker, it was a 25-lap feature instead of 20, and that extra 5 laps can make a difference. He was very patient. Kevin Cormier, the rookie, led a lot of this race. He did a great job, but made one mistake. Slid up the track in 3 and 4 in the final few laps, and Hammond just capitalized on it. 2 wins last year. He's already eclipsed that this year with his 3rd victory, extending his point lead over Jeremy Lavoie to 12, I believe.
12 points.
So it's not really a surprise to see Hammond, that 2018, firing on all cylinders this year with 3 wins.
And this Friday, we'll put the street stocks in the spotlight with the Midstate Site Development 30, their longest event of the season. Great event last week, and Nick Hovey finally getting the monkey off his back and getting to Napa Victory Lane.
It's about time, huh? I mean, we talked to him last week before the race, and he was like, yeah, it was great the previous week. I finished.
Yep.
Well, he finished again, and he finished first. He pulled away from the field, and it was kind of that feeling of Hovey's pulling away. What's going to happen this time? You can't say anything until that checkered flag flies and the race is over, and it finally flew over Nick Hovey. He's had the speed all year long. He knows it. The team knows it. Just need the luck. Finally got that luck at a great time because this Friday is a big one for the street stocks.
Crashes and mechanical failure were the Achilles heel for Nicholas Hovey this season coming into last Friday. Finally was able to pick up that first win. While we talked about Hovey in Victory Lane, Burt Willett, the former point leader, he struggled with his first DNF of the season.
Yeah, he was running up there in the top 3 and then something in the rear end let go. And man, the points picture has taken a huge swing over the last 2 weeks in the street stocks. We were talking about Burt Willett and Adrian Paredes tied for the point lead not that long ago. Well, Paredes didn't even race the feature last week because of damage from the heat race.
Yep.
So he didn't get any points really from that. And then Willett finishing in the back of the pack. Now you have Travis Hydar and Jason Finkby tied up top the point standings. I mean, who knows what's going to happen this 30-lap feature when you have $700 to win.
Very competitive, and are expecting a big field of street stocks here this Friday night for their Midstate Site Development 30. Part of a big night of racing here, all 5 of our divisions back on track, and a special post-race show in the sky.
Oh, yes, the fireworks. You're going to see fireworks on the track, but you're going to see a great fireworks display after the races right here in the infield. So hopefully you stick around behind turn 1, maybe in the grandstands, and enjoy the fireworks show because they never disappoint here at Stafford.
All the action gets underway 6 o'clock Eastern time here at the racetrack. And if you can't be here like every week, you can tune us in just before 6 on Flow Racing.